Hello and welcome to McCarthy Cottage. This cottage was the Georgia home of Franklin Delano Roosevelt for 4 years prior to his little White House. As this picture illustrates, it's the place where he and Democratic Chairman Jim Farley met in 1932 to plot strategy for the first of his 4 successful presidential campaigns, and the place from which he oversaw the early years of the Georgia Warm Springs Foundation, the world-famous polio treatment center that he started here in Warm Springs. This cottage is one of 29 historic cottages on our campus that, together with our historic quadrangle, the Little White House, and the historic pools, form the Warm Springs National Historic Landmark District. The history of these cottages is significant to the history of our state and our country. In the early part of the 20th century, these cottages were getaways for Georgia families who came to Warm Springs as a resort. Families like the Woodruffs and Bradleys of Columbus, early Coca-Cola owners who built these homes near the springs to take advantage of the mineral-rich water and peaceful surroundings. Franklin Delano Roosevelt first came to Warm Springs in 1924 in search of a cure for his polio. Here, FDR found strength for his polio-withered legs while swimming in the Warm Springs, and he purchased the entire 1,200 acres in the hopes of turning it into a treatment center and resort combination, a healing village. As Roosevelt's dream grew, these cottages became the homes for families who came to Warm Springs seeking treatment for polio. Some of these families included the daughter of Joseph Pulitzer, a Carnegie Hall concert pianist, the Canadian ambassador to the United States, and a prominent family from Detroit who provided FDR with a link to his first major donor, Edsel Ford. It is truly amazing to think of the history that has taken place in these 29 cottages. From the very beginning, Roosevelt had a vision for what this property could become. Due to his own fight with polio and the sense of healing he experienced when he first came to Warm Springs, FDR envisioned a healing community here, a unique village of service to others. It was right here in Warm Springs that Roosevelt became a man of the people. It was right here that he became a hero to others suffering with polio. And it was right here that he began the legacy of rehabilitation that still exists today. With the March of Dimes leading to polio research, polio vaccines, and the eradication of polio in this country, the focus of Roosevelt Warm Springs changed, and over time, these aging cottages have fallen into disrepair. For example, the Joseph Cottage, which was the family home of Louis Joseph, the young man with polio whose improvement swimming in the springs first attracted FDR, is currently condemned due to structural and electrical damage. And yet it remains a National Historic Landmark worthy of renovation and reuse. All of these cottages at Roosevelt Warm Springs have deteriorated over the years, some more than others, but all in need of restoration. The cottage deterioration includes roofing, exteriors, interiors, electrical, plumbing, and foundations. Unfortunately, as a state agency, there will never be enough state funding to restore these historic homes. Nonetheless, they deserve to be saved. They need to be restored, not just for the sake of preserving their important role in our history, but to finally fulfill the vision of a healing community that President Roosevelt envisioned more than 3/4 of a century ago. Roosevelt Warm Springs is still the President's living legacy, and we can truly become a comprehensive healing community again. By tackling the 14 core cottages first, the ones located adjacent to our new $20 million vocational residential complex, we hope to recreate the village of Warm Springs, a village that will become a model for the world. By doing so, we can restore FDR's original vision of a rehabilitation community right here in Georgia, a community we can all be proud of, and a community that will truly connect the polio heritage of Warm Springs and Rotary. In 2017, Rotary International will come to Atlanta, While here, let's invite them to Warm Springs and unveil the Rotary International Village at Warm Springs. With your help, we can make this unique opportunity reality. Now, here's Margie Kersey with Rotary International and a personal challenge.
In 1988, Rotarians made a bold statement. We said that we were going to eradicate polio from the face of the earth. We're doing it, and we're this close to finishing. But as we come to the end of that goal, it's time to look to the future. Restoring these historic cottages, building the rehabilitation facility, will serve as reminders to future generations that seemingly impossible goals can be accomplished and that the good guys do win. So how do you get involved? It's easy. Go back, talk to your club, talk to the board of directors, decide what you can do. Maybe you can write a check. Maybe you can come here and spend a weekend or a week or longer working right here on the campus. Maybe you can partner with another club to adopt a larger project or to adopt an entire cottage. No matter what you choose to do, your club will be memorialized with a plaque on the cottage you helped save. The next step is to contact past District Governor Steve Stanfield of the Americas Club. He'll help you match up what you're able to do with a project or a cottage here that needs your help. Checks can be made out to Rotary District 6900 Charitable Fund and sent to the district office. No matter what you choose to do, I encourage you, be part of this legacy.